Yo, this your boy EC22 of the FairWeather Fan channel, man. Listen, before I go any further, please like, subscribe, share, leave comments, join the conversation. And yes, I'm by myself. Listen, before I go any further, I've already said that part, but listen, I just want you to let you know right off the rip, this is a pre-recorded video. So, and I won't be before you long. I'm doing this because at 6 o'clock today, we'll be having our running back conversation. But I had to get in, throw this video out there because I want to talk about the week of sport we just came out of. Starting with Saturday, this past Saturday, what I figured was one of the best games I've seen in a long, long time. And it was women's basketball, UConn Husky versus the USC Trojans, man. You had Juju Washington of USC going against Paige Beckers of UConn, man. These women put on a great, great game. And all the games that came on Saturday, college first round playoffs, this was a great game because this wasn't blowouts, and we'll talk about that later on. But no, seriously, though, these women came to play. It was set up to be a primetime spot, 7 o'clock, man. And I don't know when the last time women's basketball had a primetime spot that wasn't the playoffs. But anyway, nonetheless, these women came and they showed that they deserve to be in a primetime spot because they put on a great, great performance, man. I think Paige Beckers had 22 points. Juju had 25. Both led their teams, man. It was a great, phenomenal game. USC won by 2. Moving on to men's college basketball, man. I didn't really watch any games, but I just want to throw something out there about men's college basketball that I thought was interesting. Maybe to you it didn't matter, but the SEC have 10 teams that are in the top 25. That conference is stacked. I'm only saying that because on this show we Big 12 strong. We only got 5. Now we just lost Texas and OU to the SEC, so I'm kind of sad because that's basketball was a Big 12 dominated conference. We know how Kansas get down and stuff like that, but it is what it is. All right, but that's just men's hoops, right? Moving on to, let's go ahead and dive into what happened Saturday because I want to get this out there because I know a lot of people are somewhat tripping. Before I get back to that, let me wheel this thing back just for a moment because I know a lot of you may not be into women's basketball, and I didn't want to not. I want to make sure that I'm careful with this conversation, and I get it. Some of you just may not like women athletics. Some of you just may just be part of the He-Man's Women's Haters Club. I don't know. And I get it. But listen, women's basketball, and not just women's basketball, but women athletics, women's sports, man, we cannot let it die. We have to make sure they're supporting our young ladies and our women to continue to play sports because we don't want to lose them to athletics. All right. We don't want to lose them in athletics. All right. But I'm so proud because I feel we just had an expansion team in WNBA with the Golden State Valkyries, and there's more to come. There's more cities that are expressing interest, and we're looking at the talent in the in college basketball right now. I mean, the WNBA is set up for a long time to have some great talent, and that just gives these other women to stay into the game and home in on a craft because now there is open opportunities for the next level. You talking about who's leading the league in points right now? Tania Latotson of Florida State. You're looking at Hannah Hidalgo over at Notre Dame, man. Girls are balling. We already talked about Juju and Paige, man. Let's talk about Izzy Higginbottom of Arkansas. Going all down to my girl Flo J. Johnson of LSU. We hear about the highlights of Malaysia Flo Wiley over at South Carolina. So those just to name a few names out there. The women are making a mark. So if you don't like women's basketball, I'm going to tell you right now, you don't know exactly what you're missing. Now I can carry on to what happened on Saturday. Y'all, listen. Gosh. Yeah, so we had the first round of the playoffs. And there are folks who are saying, you know what? All the noise behind the selection, who's supposed to get in, who didn't deserve to get in, and all this other stuff. And blew out Tennessee, and I actually thought Tennessee was going to win that game, 42-17. SMU, I mean, they tried, but they got beat down by Penn State, and I actually thought SMU was going to win that game. You're talking about Notre Dame 10-point spread. Notre Dame beat Indiana. That wasn't a bad game, but it's definitely what people expected out of the first round for all these home teams to beat down their opponent. And that sparked up all the conversation again about how they're making the selection. And let me give you my opinion. I still believe they did it right. I stand on that. Okay, so the first round was a beat down by the home teams. Okay, I get it. And I mean, we know what Texas brings to the game. We know Texas and how tough that team is. But Clemson has been a juggernaut of a program for a long time. But we don't need to crap on SMU. SMU came out of the brinks of nowhere. They surprised the world. And yes, they got beat down by Penn State. But let me tell you, SMU is going to be up there with the big boys sooner rather than later. They made the playoff this year. This won't be their last time. This is not a one-off fluke for SMU. They will be back. They know exactly what it takes to play with the big boys now. And guess what? They're going to do it. All right. We're going to see maybe Penn State play against Boise State, another team that folks felt like didn't really deserve to spot in the playoffs, let alone have a number one, a first-round bye. But we're going to see how they're going to go. They may put up a bigger fight. I don't know. I don't know. But it is what it is. Y'all, let's go and end this show with some NFL football. The second round of the college will be starting next week. We got a first game on New Year's Eve, and then we got the rest of the games on New Year's Day. And that's why I'm off. All right. Moving on to NFL. There are some teams that got put out of the playoff this week. Dallas Cowboys is one of them. I think Arizona put themselves out by losing to the Carolina Panthers. That just bad situation over there. The Bengals is mathematically still in it. Obviously, the Bears has been gone. The Giants been gone. And I think the 49ers are out of it. Am I not mistaken? Yeah, I think the Buccaneers are out of it. I think the Buccaneers the Buccaneers are still in. The 49ers are out of it. They didn't kick themselves out of the playoffs. Obviously, the Patriots are not in it. But anyway, just looking at these scores from Sunday, and we still got one more game to go tonight. But, man, surprising. I'm going to start with the surprising. First of all, Thursday night, I was so surprised that the Chargers did what they did to the Broncos. I mean, the Broncos is a highly strong defense, but the Chargers did their thing. I'm so proud of that team. I'm so glad when I'm looking. I just love what I'm seeing out of Harbaugh and what he's bringing to the Chargers team, because the Chargers team, to me, has been the most underperforming team that I've seen in a long time. This team was slated to be one of the best with their quarterback, supposed to be one of the greatest, one of the most young elite quarterbacks, but their record and their season has always fell short. And I love the energy that Harbaugh has brought to the organization. So keep going, Chargers over there. Maybe this is a team that can give Kansas City a run for their money since they're in the same division. Probably not. I thought Pittsburgh would put up a bigger fight against Baltimore, but it is what it is, 34-17. Kansas City. Y'all, I am mad about this game because I picked it to Texans to win this game against Kansas City because I thought and I believe that Patrick Mahomes wasn't going to play this game. Why? Because he didn't need to. Hurt your ankle, rest it up, do the best you can. You still got Carson Wentz on the sideline over there. Let him come and navigate this team and do what he can do against that Houston Texas team. And that's the reason why I picked Houston to win. But no. Not only did this guy get in the game, he's managed to run 17 yards for a touchdown. You know what? My bad, Patrick Mahomes. Don't ever count you out. Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion. My bad, and I digress. Moving on to another surprising win. Bears got beat down by the Lions. There's no surprise there. The Bengals struggled against Cleveland Browns. It was an ugly game. A long and ugly game, but they managed to squeak out a win against the Browns. And, y'all, let me say this about the Browns. Deshaun Watson gets hurt, but he was going to get benched anyway for all his interceptions. We got excited for a few weeks about Jameson Winston, and then he started being the turnover magnet. And in this game, DTR just, you know what, this is who we are as a Cleveland Browns. We love throwing interceptions. And so he came in and just followed suit. So I don't know what they're going to do about the quarterback position over in Cleveland. But, man, you guys got to figure it out. Oh, man, a surprisingly good game. The Texans and the Colts. Now, the Colts had the game blew all the way out, but somehow they managed to let the Texans, but the Titans come back and win. But y'all, that dude that we've been missing, that he's been MIA for quite some time, is your boy Jonathan JT Taylor, man. The dude came out and balled, man. 218 yards rushing, man. I think it was like he also had some yards from scrimmage. I mean, some receiving yards, I believe. But, man, 218 yards, 3 touchdowns, man. The dude was balling. This welcome back, Jonathan Taylor. All right, then. The Cowboys surprised me. I don't know about y'all, but they surprised me. This is the second week. I thought they was going to lose to Carolina, but guess what? They beat Carolina. I just knew that Baker Mayfield was going to come home to Texas where he won a state championship in that arena and beat the Cowboys. But nope, the Cowboys won this game. And it was crazy because it was already announced before their game that they had been kicked out the playoffs, so there was no need. I'm thinking, okay, the Cowboys didn't make the playoff, and so there is nothing that they can do. CeeDee Lamb is hurt, might as well rest him, but no. They decided to come on out there with Cooper Rush, do this thing. CeeDee Lamb had a heck of a game until he started to rest his shoulder, but they end up beating out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just don't know. This Commanders, they beat the Eagles, and we get it. But our guy, Jalen Hurts, suffered a concussion. So at that point, there's no surprise to me. I mean, they came out there. I forgot who was playing. Who was their quarterback? I forget the guy's name. Oh, the guy from Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett, was out there at the helm of the Philadelphia Eagles, but Jalen Daniel did his thing. So it didn't matter if Jalen Hurts was out there or not. I think the guy probably would have been a little bit closer. It was close, 33-36, but I think the pressure would have been on a little bit more for Washington Commanders. That's what I'm trying to say. And those goddamn Cardinals, man, lost to the Panthers. I thought Cardinals was going to be that team. It was going to be that bounce back team. They had spurts, man, but they lose to the Cardinals. That means two things. They lose to the Panthers. Cardinals lose to the Panthers. That's what I meant. But, man, the Panthers is a team that seemed like they got together. Bryce Young is playing better. The organization is coming together better. So they need to have an excellent offseason to get this team and do something for that city over there, because the city is tired of what they've been producing. So you guys got a good setup. You got a good foundation. You got Bryce Young playing the way he need to play now. So listen to me, EC22, the FairWeather Fan channel. Y'all need to have an excellent offseason. And I know it's hard, but you're going to have to do something to get some people over there to beef up that organization. The Cardinals, I don't know what y'all going to do. I don't know, man. I still believe in Kyler. Oh, you strong, baby. We still believe in Kyler Murray. Anyway, man, y'all, that's all I have for you guys today, man. Oh, but let me just throw this out there. The question is, and obviously, since this is a pre-recorded video, no one's going to get the answer, but you can still throw it in the chat anyway, or join us at 6 o'clock and throw your comments there. But listen, at some point, we're going to have to start believing the Minnesota Vikings. I know. At some point, we're going to have to. The Minnesota Vikings are fighting for the number 1 overall spot with the Detroit Lions right now. And we ain't got but a few more games left. At some point, we're going to have to accept the fact that this team is here. And I know here we are at the end of the season. There's some of you who still just don't believe that team is that team, the way it is, that they're more than just, they're less than the paper team. I get it. Some of y'all still don't believe. But at some point, what does it take to accept the fact that Sam Darnold has been slept on for a mighty long time? That Sam Darnold did not have the level of talent in the other places he quarterbacked like he have in Minnesota. At some point, we're going to have to accept that. And Sam Darnold is him. I'm going to leave it at that. Yo, this your boy EC22, the FairWeather Fan channel, man. Please like, subscribe, share, join, comments, man. But at the end of the day, man, we are out.